person's primary goal is to know how to earn money stably. Society is evolving, and it is getting expensive each year. That's why it is time for you to understand how to grow your wealth to attain financial stability. You're lucky because we will help you through today's video about the top 10 techniques to increase your wealth. Technique number 10. Make a plan and carry it out. I'm aware that it is somewhat a cliche to manifest your goals, but there's a good reason why every other guru advocates it. You must plan whatever you want to accomplish. Write down your goals in the beginning and assign a deadline to them. Make a note of the precise amount you want to have over the next year, 2 years, or 5 years, and work toward achieving it. By manifesting, I mean continually going over what you've written and speaking it into existence. For instance, if one of the things you wrote down is to save $4,000 within the following year, you read it aloud once a week until it becomes a reality. You can also put a checklist next to your intentions to mark things off as you complete them. To expand your wealth, your plan should allow for revisions. As you watch the rest of this video, you'll learn more tactics you can apply. Technique number 9. Abstain from debt. Debt can be debilitating, but it can also help you boost your credit score. For most individuals, debt is like a marsh. Anytime they attempt to escape it, they are forced to take on new debt, which causes them to fall even further into it. Make it a practice to only take on debt that you can afford to repay in the shortest amount of time. By the shortest amount of time, I mean within 2 to 3 years. We're not talking about a mortgage here because it's an entirely different situation. With a mortgage, you borrow money to buy a rising value asset so that the capital will cover the interest. The debt here refers to obtaining funds through a credit card or bank borrowing to pay for non-essential products you most likely don't need. Make a strategy to repay any debt you presently have. Go back to the master plan you prepared in step 1 and make the necessary adjustments. The first item on the to-do list is to pay off your debts. Starting with the debts with the most significant interest rates is recommended. Make a specific list of all your debts, including all interest payments, to determine which one is depleting your account the fastest. And then, start making payments on that obligation right once. Don't consider investing before paying off massive debt you carry. Instead, focus on growing your available cash to cover ongoing commitments. You won't need to borrow again if you do this. Technique number 8. Begin saving. What are you waiting for if you haven't begun yet? Stretching your savings potential is much simpler now that you're debt-free. The 50-30-20 rule is the most popular and valuable of the several principles that regulate the entire saving philosophy. According to this rule, you should set aside 20% of your money for savings, 30% of your income for personal amusement, and 50% of your income should go towards necessities like rent, electricity, school costs, and food. It sounds like a good idea, but if you want to start seeing benefits right away, you might have to switch around the 30 and 20%, making the final rule to the 50-20-30 rule, where the 30% goes to savings and 20% goes to amusement. We urge you to set aside 30% of your salary for protection, since the more you save, the faster your money will increase. List all of your expenses and associated charges, then decide which ones you can eliminate or drastically reduce. You could, for instance, choose to forego your daily Starbucks coffee in favor of brewing your own cup, or you could switch to a more affordable data plan from your present one. There are numerous ways to cut your monthly spending, so make an effort. Just keep in mind that developing your wealth will take your complete dedication. Technique number 7. Pension fund. Whether we like it or not, we all become older, weaken, and eventually lose our ability to work. Since we will need a fund to support us in our later years, you should contribute to your retirement fund when you have improved your savings capacity. You must begin your enjoyment today if you want to retire early or provide for your financial security in old times. If you already have one, it might be time to contribute more. Having a 401k plan is typically advised by financial consultants. In addition to increasing your money through compounding, this lowers your taxable income. For instance, if you make $75,000 and put $5,000 into your 401k, you'll only pay tax on $7,000. You can increase your money, save money, and secure your future all at once if you have a good retirement fund. Technique number 6. Identify potential areas for investment. You can now try investing your savings if you've built a solid account, but don't rush into this death. Instead, take your time to analyze all the possibilities, consider their viability, and then choose those that will satisfy your financial demands as you believe which investment is best for you. As a result of the interest rate on your savings account, your money may be increasing in value. Even though fixed deposit accounts are pretty safe and reliable, keeping your money in one for an extended period is not advisable because it will only grow slower than other assets. You can consider investing in mutual funds, equities, bonds, and real estate. Do your homework, I say again. You must put in time and effort throughout the research process. Technique number 5. Monitor growth and evaluate your investments. After investing your money, checking on the development a few months later makes sense. can review the advantages of your choices in the past. Are the investments producing the desired outcomes? Are you proceeding as you had intended? Once you've examined these modifications, do the numbers make sense? You can now make the necessary modifications. It's critical to constantly be aware of your worth, including the value of your assets, investments, and cash. One of the most crucial aspects of developing your money is to be mindful of your existing financial conditions and evaluate your growth. Technique number 4. Consult an expert. You might seek professional guidance if you start to gain traction. In this case, it's possible that you won't be able to make essential choices. Let's say you want to know if you have money to buy a $600,000 or $1 million home, or if you just need to know your next financial steps. Most people have the false impression that financial experts are expensive to hire and only work for the rich. So now may be the ideal time to seek help. You'll be astonished to learn that it's surprisingly affordable, contrary to popular notions. However, highly qualified financial advisors won't advise you to choose the first one that is convenient. Instead, choose one that has a proven track record of assisting clients with similar financial problems as yours. You should also make sure the advisor has the appropriate certification and background. Technique number 3. Be dependable. You must consistently use sound financial judgment. Any error could set you back a few steps, and in an instant, you could lose everything you've worked so hard to build. So if you want your money to grow not only today and tomorrow, but for the rest of your life, building your discipline muscles, paying for only what you need, adhering to your budget, and ultimately following your blueprint plan are the only ways to be consistent. There are no shortcuts to financial success, unless you're one of the fortunate few like Mark Zuckerberg who can think of a billion-dollar concept overnight. Although it will need patience and strict discipline, the benefits are worthwhile. Technique number 2. Invest in education. Indeed, you can never know too much, and this rule also applies to your financial situation. Take personal financial management online classes, keep up with finance blogs, buy wealth management journals, and go to conferences and events that will broaden your knowledge of the subject. You will be in a better position to manage your money if you have more information at your disposal. Additionally, staying vigilant can enable you to spot offers and promotions that could help you save money. Depending on your job path, numerous ways to approach this will allow you to develop your skills. It's no longer a secret that businesses lay off workers when times are tough financially. If you're qualified, there's a good chance you'll keep your work. And if you're laid off, your new abilities will offer you an advantage in finding employment elsewhere. Entrepreneurs should constantly research and implement recent business trends to improve their competitive advantage. Investing that time in learning something new or increasing your sales could result in a better paycheck at the end of the month, which can improve your wealth. And finally, technique number 1, keep up all of your resources. This is undoubtedly the most underappreciated wealth building tactic there is. Many people are unaware of the significance of maintaining whatever they currently own. If you don't take your automobile to the shop for routine maintenance, it will eventually break down. Compared to what it would have cost you to maintain, the repair prices will be significantly higher. You wind up spending much more than you should in this manner. You'll find that if you wear simple items like shoes and clothing regularly, you'll need to acquire new ones. This also relates to your health, since when you neglect it, you wind yourself with unforeseen medical expenses. Take good care of yourself, since you are your most significant asset. Make sure your self-care routine takes care of your mental, spiritual, emotional, and physical needs. Simply adhere to the fundamentals of life. Don't drive after drinking, exercise frequently, eat a healthy diet, and show yourself love, and you'll be on the right track. As you increase your money, I'll wager that you realize that prevention is always preferable to treatment. You don't need the unnecessary disruptions that unforeseen invoices and expenses would cause. And that is it for today. I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the following videos.